We're going to start by making an armature for our monster clay maquette, and we're going to progress to making this into a much grander full-scale replica in Pal Tiya Premium. So we hope you enjoy this one. Today's piece was inspired by the awesome Magic the Gathering card art by Jana Schirmer and Johannes Voss. Similarly to making anything out of Pal Tiya Premium, we start off with just a simple tinfoil core. And we grab our super duper cool monster clay and coat the foil with the molten clay. The clay was softened by an elevated heat lamp to get the exact pliable consistency. We haven't shown this bit, but we added the horns and covered the entire piece in the monster clay. We simply began by blocking out the basic biggish shapes. Next, we placed in the secondary shapes. This is the location of the eyes, the mouth, and any additional spikes or horns. We continue to add layers of increasingly tighter detail on each shape one at a time, finding the lines of flow on the horns and around the eyes. Bringing it all to a nice finish. Cross sections show you where the big fundamental shapes are on a piece and to expand them larger without distortion. If this was done by eye, the horns might become too short or the face may not be straight. A good rule of thumb is to take your patterns from the center line of the figure, from the forehead through the nose to the chin. You can measure and caliper off this line to get good symmetry. The artist chose 3 essential cross sections to get the most information quickly: the center line, chin to the thickest part of the horn, and the horn tips. The more cross sections you make, the more accurately your piece will transfer to a larger size. Foil pattern is then traced onto a sheet of paper and covered with a 1-inch square grid. Make sure your pattern center lines up directly on the top of a grid line. This makes centering easier by folding and tracing one side to the next. Cut out and hot glue the cardboard patterns together, making sure to align them carefully with the coloured intersection points. Add a few triangle stabilising braces for strength. A wooden base has also been hot glued together to hold the work whilst sculpting. The whole process can be done in a few short hours. It'll save you days of correcting shapes which could get out of alignment. Fill out the basic forms with foil. The centerline is critical to keeping the work symmetrical. At this point, relax into sculpting the new piece. At this scale, so much more detail can be explored. Make changes, improve the design. This is allowed. A piece will always mature into something new when it gets this much bigger. Just go with it. Once you're done, supporting the sticking out parts with wood to retain symmetry as the piece becomes heavier is a good idea. And now it's just time to grab your Pal Tiya Premium and start mixing it. This is the exciting part, applying your first 1/4-inch scratch coat over the entire piece. This scratch furrow coat is designed to give your piece ultimate strength. This is where 80% of the strength of your piece comes from, especially if it's something of this size. So you just apply the first layer, push it right into that foil, and then use a fork to make your deep 45-degree angle scratch coat all over the piece. This means you can come back at any time in the future and add on as many details as you'd like. And here the artist Kim is doing her work on the face. So Kim finished for the day, and on the first day of a Pal Tiya Premium sculpture, once you've done work on it, is to cover it completely in plastic. The next day, Kim came back and exposed the part she was going to be working on that day, which was the face. And on this day, she started on the chest area, driving a new batch of Pal Tiya Premium onto that lovely prepared scratch coat. You just need to slightly mist it beforehand. And now we're just burning off any unwanted fibres from the material before we cover it up for the night. See all curing instructions at paltiya.com/curing to get to know how to cure a Pal Tiya Premium sculpture. It's really easy. On this day, Kim applied the finish coat on the horns and started sculpting in the detail. just time to neaten it up. This is the piece after it's been fully cured. And we're using a rasp to just neaten up the edges a little bit, make a few changes here and there. By this point it's so solid, don't worry about it breaking. It won't. If it's been cured correctly, it will be absolutely fine. Just carving in a few deeper lines to get some definition. And that's how you get a full-scale replica of a Monster Clay original in Pal Tiya Premium. 1 meter across, approximately 30 pounds of Pal Tiya Premium. And we will be painting this one, so make sure you like and subscribe so that you can see this finished. Don't forget to become a Pal Tiya Insider to get access to our bonus, discounts, offers and more. Thanks for watching.